Welcome to this week's Retail Reality Check, brought to you by IHL Group. We're here to cut through all the noise and really dig into what the latest tech installations actually mean for the industry. So let's just jump right in. All right, before we dive into the deep end, just a quick heads up. The sponsorship deadline for our Retail AI Pulse webinar is coming up fast on March 6th. It's really a fantastic chance to get the AI advancements in your solutions in front of the right people. Okay, with that, let's get to this week's top stories. As we looked across the industry this week, a really fascinating and, let's be honest, a very real theme started to emerge. It's not about who has the coolest, shiniest new AI tool. Nope. The real story, the challenge everyone's facing, is this gap between having access to the tech and actually getting people to use it in their day-to-day work. My colleague, Jerry Sheldon, absolutely nailed it with this quote. So many companies are out there saying, we're AI ready. They're buying the software, checking the box. But the million-dollar question is, are workflows actually changing? Or are these super powerful new tools just kind of gathering dust on a digital shelf? Let's look at some real-world examples of what's going on. Okay, first up, let's see how this whole thing is playing out in what I like to call the engine room of retail, the back office and the supply chain. This is where embedding new tech is truly a make or break situation. Macy's is such a great case study right now. I mean, here you have this iconic legacy retailer right in the thick of its bold NewChapter turnaround, and they are betting big, and I mean big, that technology can help them right the ship. They're making these massive investments to slash costs and close that fulfillment gap with their speedier rivals. And when I say massive, I am not kidding. Get a load of this number. $640 million. That's what Macy's is investing in just a single, highly automated robotic mega hub in North Carolina. This one facility is designed to handle almost 30% of their entire digital supply chain capacity. That's huge. But this huge investment? It's really just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. They're doing a total overhaul. They're using automation to try and double productivity in their fulfillment centers. They're rolling out AI for demand planning and forecasting. And they're using tools like SAS Customer Intelligence 360 to get way more personal with customers. But, and this is the kicker, this is where we come full circle back to our main theme. Even with all that money being spent, Macy's own COO, Tom Edwards, says they're in the very, very early innings of generative AI. And that, right there, tells you everything you need to know. You can spend hundreds of millions on robots and cloud systems, but getting it truly woven into the fabric of the business, that's a much, much longer game. Okay, so that's the back office, but what happens when we move from the warehouses to the front line, where this technology slams right into the daily lives of employees and customers? Well, this is where the friction, and let's be fair, the opportunity becomes crystal clear. A perfect example of this human-tech clash is the whole debate raging around electronic shelf labels, or ESLs. On one side, you have retailers like Walmart and Kroger who see this clear path to being more agile and efficient. But on the other side, you've got the UFCW, the country's biggest grocery union, launching a national campaign to ban them. They're raising serious concerns about job losses and something they call surveillance pricing, the idea that prices could be changed for individual customers on the fly. It's just a really stark reminder that adopting tech isn't just a technical problem, it's a deeply human one. And speaking of the human element, take a look at this number, over 1,200. Any guesses what that is? It's the number of Tesco convenience stores in the UK that are now equipping their employees with body cameras. So what we're seeing here is technology being used to solve a very real, very human problem, workplace safety. Tesco has rolled out these cameras to protect their staff, and they've even expanded the program to their home delivery drivers. They actually built their own system to manage the footage securely. This isn't about some fancy AI for pricing. This is about making people feel safe when they go to work. Okay, let's pick up the pace because the sheer number of tech implementations that were announced just this week is, well, it's kind of staggering. So we're going to hit them in a lightning round to give you a feel for the incredible amount of activity that's happening out there right now. All right, in the supply chain, US Foods is using AI to turn messy, handwritten notes into digital orders. How cool is that? Associated Wholesale Grocers is redoing forecasting for 3,500 stores with Relax AI. In Germany, Rayway is automating fresh produce with SimCorp Robotics. Edgewell is optimizing its entire supply chain. And get this, Heineken is using a generative AI they call CoBrain to connect 150 of their breweries. The scale of this stuff is just immense. Now, on the customer-facing side,
7-Eleven is expanding its frictionless checkout pilot. Friar Tux is letting you virtually try on a tuxedo with AI, which is wild. White Castle is using an AI-powered guard to automatically resolve 91% of its security incidents. And of course, Amazon just keeps adding new powers to its AI assistant, Rufus.
And at the really big strategic level, the major partnerships just keep rolling in. The Canadian grocer Loblaw launched a shopping app directly inside ChatGPT. CNA is partnering with Impact Analytics. Unilever signed a massive 5-year deal with Google Cloud to build what they're calling an AI-first digital backbone. And down in Australia, Wesfarmers is teaming up with Google Cloud to bring agentic AI, that's AI that can take action on its own, to huge brands like Kmart and Officeworks. So, after all of that, what does it all really mean? Well, it kind of brings us right back to where we started. The technology is here, the money is flowing, but the real work, the hard part, it's just getting started. And that leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. The momentum is just undeniable. AI is going to reshape how work gets done in retail. The real question isn't if. It's whether companies and all of their employees can close that super critical gap between just having access to these amazing tools and truly, deeply integrating them into the messy reality of everyday work. For the full narrative on all these stories, plus more than 40 additional case studies from this week alone, you've got to check out the IHL Services website. That's www.ihlservices.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.
I'm terrified about the Abercrombie presentation because I don't have the right data to close the deal.
No problem. Just ask Greg AI.
This business plan is a nightmare. I can't find reliable forecasts for the total available market.
That's easy. Just ask Greg AI.
This sounds nice, but where is the total available forecast?
I don't have it.
You don't know? Try Just Ask Greg AI.
Stop guessing. JustAskGreg.ai democratizes elite analyst services.
We use real-time, proprietary data that doesn't hallucinate or just make stuff up. It's intelligence you can trust.
Get the data. Close the deal. Visit JustAskGreg.ai today.
Don't forget to redeem your free month of JustAskGreg.ai. This gives you access to IHL's free and paid research. You can get account coaching, forecasts, and even key strategic details on retailers based on IHL's Sophia, Worldview, and proprietary research. JustAskGreg.ai, your home for hard data retail research.